Hello the makeup lovers! Thanks for tuning in with me and a very warm welcome to my channel. Today I want to let you know the review about the travel bag on August 2018. I did make a video where I packed a bag full of makeup items and let you know why I picked which one. I'll leave the video up here, and now I want to come back to you with a review how these items worked for me using only those ones during a whole week, like 7 days it was. So yeah, let's just start with the primer. I did pack with me the Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer from Too Faced. This one was alright. It didn't have really a cooling effect, I believe, but it did perform quite well for a mattifying primer. But I do have mattifying primer that do exactly the same work as this one. So this is a sample size, so probably I'll use it up and I'm not gonna repurchase it because Too Faced is quite pricey, and I think I have drugstore options that do exactly the same as this one and they don't smell super artificially like peaches. So yeah, that primer probably will be my last one of this, but it's alright. It's not bad or anything, but I just think there are more affordable options which do exactly the same. Then I want to speak about the foundation I packed. It was the Infallible L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation, and I also want to talk together with this about the LA Girl Pro Concealer that I packed, because I do kind of have to review them together. Singly, I like both of them. So the LA Girl Concealer does cover really nice. It has a really high coverage and it's pretty, you know, easygoing and very easy to blend if you use it. And the Infallible foundation, I do think it's quite a good drugstore foundation. I don't think it's like as crazy good as, you know, a lot of reviews said. I think it's good, but I kind of had very high expectations and I was like, okay. So it does have a nice finish. It does go on really nice. It has a good coverage. But like any other foundation, it starts, even with a mattifying primer, it starts to move around and crease on me around 4 or 5 hour mark. So like noticeably, if I go really close, notice already earlier. But yeah, that's how it works. So I like this one. I think it's a good option. It's not a bad option, you know, but I don't think it's like the best drugstore foundation I ever tried. And the thing is, why I mention these two together is they don't go well together. Like this concealer just does not blend into this foundation. I don't know what happened. And trust me, I only had these two at hand. It was quite annoying for me. And it's just really difficult. You always kind of saw the places where they kind of blended together here. I had kind of a mush of textures, I would say. So I would never pack these two again. But singly, they're quite good products. They're good to have both a good price point. So if you're interested in those, and I would definitely say try it out. It's worth the money. Definitely, but yeah, it's also not the best of the best in my opinion, but they're quite good. Let's move on to the setting powder I packed. There was the Milani Prep+Set and Go powder in transparent. So this one worked all right. It was okay. I could powder my face with it. It also worked for touch-ups. It does not have like this kind of very like white film that some of the transparent powders leave, which are more in the affordable area. So I do like that one. But also I don't think it's outstanding or anything. I think it's pretty average in the sense of drugstore translucent powders. But I definitely say give it a try if you haven't yet, because I lent it to a friend and she used it and she was super amazed by it. Like she was like, wow, that's the best one ever. So maybe I just have other preferences, and so definitely check it out. It's not that expensive, so I definitely say give it a try if you haven't already. And for me, I'm definitely going to use it up. I don't know if I'm going to repurchase it, but I'm definitely going to use it up. Next up is eyeshadows. Oh, let's just first start with brows. I did pack the Zoeva Brow Spectrum palette. There you have different brow color options. I stayed all the time between this one here and this one. This one is a bit more cool tones than this one. So I made like a mix of this kind of area here. I did use these two as highlighters sometimes because yeah, we will get to that. And yeah, so this is a really nice brow palette. It does reconfirm to me that I just work much better with eyebrow powders than with pencils. And yeah, so I definitely want to improve still on pencils, but this is my go-to when I go for brow powders. I have it since a long time and I really love it, and I would definitely repurchase it if I would lose it, or you know, if I would pan one of those and would get entirely empty, which never happens, but could happen. So yeah, I do enjoy this one, and if you really look for a good variation of brow powders, then this is something I really recommend to you. Like this one, I rediscovered my love for this one during this trip, definitely. And yeah, so I brought also with me the new Dynasty palette from Certifeye that was released just 2 or 3 weeks ago. When this video comes, so 2 weeks ago more or less. So this one I did just before I filmed this video. I filmed a full review only about this palette, so I'm not going to speak about this one yet. It will be up as my next video on my channel, probably on Friday. And yeah, check this one out then if you want to know how this palette performed. So let's move on with lashes. I did pack the L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes in Extra Black. This is how it looks like. It's kind of one of these rubber applicators. I did like this one. It was alright. I don't think it's outstanding, like many of the products I already mentioned. What this one does really nice, it does a really nice lift. So if you have really straight lashes, this one could do a really nice lift for you. But my lashes are so thin that almost every mascara gives it a lift because they're just so thin, you know, like that's how it works. And yeah, I do like this one. It's a good option. It's quite affordable, even though it's on the higher end of prices from drugstore. And yeah, I do like that one. I like it. I'm definitely going to use it up, and maybe one day if I come across it, I will repurchase this. Maybe not immediately, but maybe I will in the future. So let's move on to bronzer that I also use as contour. I did take with me the Catrice Sun Glow Matte Bronzing Powder. Yeah, so this one is actually really nice. I really liked it. It does have a really good shade for me, and I really learned to love it. I remember I packed it because I didn't even remember buying this one, but now that I have rediscovered it, I am loving it, and I'm definitely going to use it up, and I'm definitely going to rebuy it because it's super affordable, like crazy, and it does a really good job, and it stays in place a lot of time. Like a lot of bronzers, they tend to fade on me really quickly because of my oily skin, but this one doesn't. It does stay there and gives me a contour and a bronze throughout the day. Really nice job, Catrice, really affordable, great option. And let's move on to blush. I brought with me this H&M blush in the color Soft Russet. That's how it looks like. So it's kind of a muted blush more or less, but this one also performed really nicely. I really like the color. I think the long lastivity is not as long as I would want it to be, but the color, I really like it because it's this kind of like muted color that you can build up to any kind of desired intensity. You can go really soft or a bit more if you want to, and I really enjoyed this color, so I'm definitely going to pick this up more from now on. And yeah, so I think it's actually a really nice winter shade. So now in summer maybe it was not the best, but I think this is a really nice winter shade. So probably I will not pick it up a lot from now on, but when it's going to be time for the winter time, holiday season, that's what I'm going to grab for. Then as highlighter, I brought this e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in the color Blush Gems. because I do have this one in the color Moonlight Pearls, and I never reached for this one because I didn't remember that I had it. And I have to say, it's a little bit too dark for me. Like, even now with the tan, I'm trying to build it up to be picking up on the camera. Do you see it? I don't know if this does anything, but this color is a bit too dark for me to be a highlighter for me. I don't know, probably I'm gonna give it to someone who has a bit of a deeper complexion than I do. So actually I ended up using these shades here that I have in my Brow Spectrum palette from Zoeva as my highlighter shades during the trip. And yeah, so we just get to the lips. I packed MAC Bullet lipstick, you know, normal cream lipstick in C Sheer. This one I really like. It doesn't last really long on your lips. You really have to reapply it quite a lot, but it's a bullet lipstick, so I do not expect to be super long lasting. It has kind of a glossy finish, which I enjoy. Let me just swatch this one more time for you. And yeah, so it's nice. It's kind of like my lip color, but a bit better. Yeah, so I definitely like this. I'm gonna use this up probably, and if I ever gonna look for a new cream lipstick and this one is empty, I'm probably gonna repurchase it actually, because for business this is really nice because it's not too strong. A liquid lipstick on a business can be quite too strong sometimes, but this one did a really good job being a bit glossy, and it does stay in place a bit longer than usual cream lipsticks. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And then I brought with me this Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in the color Trophy Wife. This one, I already knew that I'm going to enjoy the formula because I bought this in a pack with 3 others. And this one looks like this, and it does stay in place as well as the other 3 that I have from this package. And yeah, I really love the color. It's quite intense color, so I did wear it like in the evenings, and I really enjoyed this color. It's kind of like a muted pink. Really enjoyed that one. So in general, the Huda Beauty Mini Berry Toned set for the liquid mattes, I can really recommend it. Great options, and you never use up a full size lip gloss or liquid lipstick. So this is a really good option. I really love that one. So if you can get your hands on this one, buy it. It's a good deal. And yeah, so that's it. These were all the items that I brought with me. Stay tuned for this full review on the Certifeye Dynasty palette, eyeshadow palette. And yeah, so you have the entire review on my travel bag. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your experiences with these products that I just showed to you, or what do you pack when you travel? That would be so interesting to know because I do travel quite a lot, so I appreciate good recommendations for traveling. And yeah, so if you like this kind of videos, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I would love to see you around here again. And then see you in my next video. Bye bye!